In a landmark case highlighting the interaction of modern technology and age-old criminal activities, Tenzin Orgil, a 24-year-old resident of Orange County, California, was sentenced to 14 years in federal prison for his role in an extensive drug trafficking enterprise. Operating under various pseudonyms on the dark web, including Pharaoh, iEuropa, iUSA, and United Airlines, Orgil was a key player in a network that distributed large quantities of methamphetamine, fentanyl, and MDMA, among other drugs, to buyers across the globe. Orgil's activities were not limited to distribution. He was also involved in the manufacture of these drugs, operating clandestine laboratories where he produced methamphetamine and MDMA. The synthetic drugs distributed by Orgil and his associates have been responsible for numerous overdose deaths, contributing to what the Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA, describes as the most deadly drug crisis in US history. Fentanyl, a particularly potent synthetic opioid, has been a major driver of this crisis, with just 2 milligrams being enough to cause a fatal overdose. The fall of Orgil's drug empire was the result of a meticulous investigation by the DEA, the FBI, and other law enforcement partners. Using advanced cyber investigative techniques, these agencies were able to track Orgil's activities on the dark web, despite the anonymity that such platforms typically provide. The investigation culminated in Orgil's arrest and subsequent guilty plea in July 2023. This case underscores the ongoing challenges law enforcement faces in combating drug trafficking facilitated by the dark web. Despite the perceived anonymity of these platforms, agencies like DEA and FBI continue to develop and deploy sophisticated tools to penetrate these criminal networks. The sentencing of Tenzin Orgil sends a strong message to other would-be dark web drug dealers. No matter how hidden they believe themselves to be, the reach of the law is extensive and relentless. We're diving into one of the most mysterious and controversial topics on the internet: the dark web. We'll explore what it is, how it works, the dangers it poses, and the latest shocking incident that has brought it back into the headlines. We'll also look at how both criminals and law enforcement use the dark web and why some citizens venture into its depths. So, buckle up as we take a journey into the darkest corners of the internet. First things first, what exactly is the dark web? To understand this, we need to look at the 3 layers of the internet. Surface web. The surface web is what most of us use daily. It's indexed by search engines like Google and includes websites like YouTube, Facebook, and Wikipedia. Essentially, any website you can access through a standard web browser falls under this category. Deep web. Next, we have the deep web. This includes all the data and content that isn't indexed by search engines. Examples include online banking, email accounts, and private databases. While it sounds ominous, the deep web is a critical part of the internet's infrastructure, keeping your personal data secure. Dark web. Finally, there's the dark web. This is a small part of the deep web which is intentionally hidden and requires special software to access. The most common way to access the dark web is through the Tor browser, which anonymizes your internet activity by routing your connection through multiple servers worldwide. This makes it incredibly difficult to trace. The dark web is notorious for its illegal activities. Here are some of the main dangers involved. Criminal activities. The dark web is a haven for illegal activities, including drug trafficking, weapon sales, human trafficking, hacking services, and illegal pornography. Scams and fraud. The dark web is rife with scams. Fraudsters often sell fake documents, counterfeit money, and bogus services. Falling victim to these scams can lead to severe financial and legal consequences. Privacy and security risks. Browsing the dark web can expose you to various risks. Malware. Many dark web sites are laced with malware that can infect your device. Surveillance. Despite the anonymity tools, Law enforcement agencies actively monitor dark web activity. Data theft. Personal data can be stolen and sold on the dark web. Despite the dangers, there are legitimate reasons why people use the dark web. Privacy and anonymity. Some individuals use the dark web to protect their privacy. This includes journalists and activists, but it also helps whistleblowers in oppressive regimes who need to communicate and share information without fear of persecution. Bypassing censorship. In countries with heavy internet censorship, the dark web can be a tool for accessing information and communicating freely. Curiosity. Many users are simply curious about the dark web and want to explore this hidden part of the internet. Law enforcement agencies around the world actively work to combat illegal activities on the dark web. Here are some of the notable examples. Operation Anonymous. In 2014, an international effort led to the shutdown of hundreds of dark web marketplaces, including Silk Road 2.0, Cloud9, Hydra, and over 400 other domains. The takedown resulted in the arrest of dozens of individuals involved in illegal activities. This operation highlighted the capabilities of law enforcement to penetrate the dark web's anonymity. The takedown of Alpha Bay. Alpha Bay was one of the largest dark web marketplaces until it was taken down in 2017 by the FBI and other international agencies. Users of Alpha Bay could purchase illicit drugs, firearms, counterfeit currencies, stolen credit card details, hacking services, and various other illegal items. The takedown operation resulted in multiple arrests and seizures of assets, dealing a significant blow to dark web criminal activities. Recent incidents. In a more recent incident, a dark web drug marketplace called Empire Market was shut down in 2020. This operation involved coordinated efforts from multiple countries and demonstrated the ongoing commitment of law enforcement to tackle dark web crime. Now, let's discuss the latest shocking incident involving the dark web. In early 2024, an international sting operation led to the shutdown of a dark web child exploitation ring. This ring, known as Black Box, was responsible for distributing thousands of illegal images and videos. Black Box's network operated anonymously on the Tor network and required users to share child sexual abuse material to gain access. The network had tens of thousands of users and hosted millions of illegal images and videos. The operation to bring down Black Box, dubbed Operation Blackout, was a coordinated effort involving agencies from the United States, Europe, and Asia. Operation Blackout. In early 2024, Operation Blackout, an international sting operation, resulted in the takedown of the notorious Lockbit ransomware gang, one of the world's most prolific and damaging cybercrime groups. This coordinated effort involved law enforcement agencies from 10 countries, including the UK's National Crime Agency, NCA, and the US FBI. The operation successfully disrupted Lockbit's operations, seizing their infrastructure and public-facing dark web leak sites used to host stolen data from their victims. The crackdown led to the arrest of key Lockbit operators in Poland and Ukraine, along with the seizure of over 200 cryptocurrency wallets used by the gang. As part of the operation, law enforcement agencies also managed to receive over 1,000 decryption keys, which were used to develop a free decryption tool to help victims recover their encrypted files. This tool is now available through the No More Ransom portal, significantly aiding in mitigating the damage caused by Lockbit's ransomware attacks. The operation began when a joint task force managed to infiltrate the ring and identify key members. After months of undercover work, they gathered enough evidence to execute a series of raids. The raids led to the arrest of over 100 individuals and the rescue of numerous victims. The impact. Operation Blackout was one of the largest of its kind and highlighted the dark web's role in facilitating heinous crimes. The bust sent shockwaves through the dark web community, causing many similar sites to shut down out of fear of being next. Operation Blackout demonstrated the power of international cooperation. It also highlighted the importance of robust cybersecurity measures and the ongoing efforts of law enforcement to tackle cyber threats globally. The dark web remains one of the most enigmatic and dangerous parts of the internet. While it provides a haven for privacy and free speech in repressive regimes, it is also a hotspot for criminal activity. The recent takedown of the black box ring shows both the ongoing threat posed by the dark web and the relentless efforts of the law enforcement to combat it. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe for more content on cybersecurity and internet safety. Stay safe out there, because remember, curiosity about the dark web can lead to being eaten by spiders.